You, my beloved child, must stop. Pause the scrolling for just 1 second. Stop hurrying off. Enough with the races in your head. Just stop now. I want you to hear what I have to say now, not tomorrow. I want you to listen to me, not after everyone else has gone to sleep. Right now, there was someone watching you. This was not some random quirk of fate that you stumbled across. I guided you. Here, I placed it in front of you, because there is something weighted so heavy on your heart. Something that has been worn for too long, and today I am going to take it off. So, stay by me. Don't run ahead. Put distractions out of your mind. So these next few minutes may turn out to be the greatest gift of your life. There's something small, but important, that we have to do before moving on. If you read this post and have even a little awareness of my presence, then please press that like button right now. Not to measure the amount of people watching, and certainly not to influence the search engines. Saying an old way of saying yes to me. I trust this identifies me, young people. It is replying to me, saying all right. I'm here, Lord. Listen, my children. Receive this not from duty, but from my heart to yours. For in scattering the seed, the light births itself over and over again. Now let the rest of them slide out of your head. This word is yours. My child, what have you been staying up at night? As for the one just behind you, I know about it. The one which you thought was yours. The one that you prayed every night over. The one that formed the stuff of your dreams. I close my eyes. Can see it now at that end. Like it was the earth opening to swallow you up under the feet. Like air so heavy you a moment hand cannot drink in. It seemed to become for just. For me, I saw you sneak up to knock on that door so long, your knuckles nearly ground away. You asked yourself silently, why did you say it loud enough? For everyone knows the neighbor then. Whenever you were alone, you scolded your pillow. And at that point, it's incumbent upon me to tell you something which is going to make you reappraise everything to the contrary you formerly knew about that period of time. It was I who shut the door. You mourn society's worthy likeness. I understand that. You believed that the enemy took it away from you. What passed by you was treason from the inside. I could only deliver you my limitations, which were all too good for you to multiply and throw back at me. Little did I realize, you disqualified yourself from the competition. The truth, of course, is a bit more tender than any of that. I slammed that door because I love you so. It wasn't to punish you, and was not privy to a bitter lesson. It closed because I could see was what lay behind it that you did not. There, from your fire ladders, what appeared to want to work on the field withdrew least of all green grass from my row, until what you thought your answer was became your end. Not that I'd let you in on its sleeping ruin, 'cause you are mine. On my own hand, I wrote your name in ink, as damning as the figurative grains of sand upon you, numbing your very soul, by which you've hoisted yourself from a bed of rejection that wraps itself around your skin, like some form of phlegm, feels like it's entirely personal indictment against who you are. You repeated piece by piece, and it must have grieved you all that what you did to break that door was sealed hermetically. As long as you speak to say that you are my own child, listen to me. It was not your character, it was my compassion. I really didn't leave you, did I? I spun heaven's face around pretty fucking hard. I feared you destiny, for they will be awarded to all of them that know. And I know how much this has cost you. So much further from your pain. I was your shadow in every space where you thought I had abandoned the world and left you alone. My parents spent my time in the cabin before you cried out of one room filled with adults. When you smiled back at me, burning with questions in your heart, I had a glimpse of what you were. When you read about the lives of other people and wondered why they opened their doors so easily to new realms of riches, and yours slammed with violence behind them, thought that as two knives, we were compared, turning one against the other. The entire time of agony was taken care of. The tears are the gods' all-bottled treasure, because this. But now I have something to show you. I need to slit the veil here an inch or two, so you can see at least a little of what I've been up to until now. In your past and behind closed doors, you had the idea that I had forgotten you when I did not say anything, that you had thought I was waiting for someone better than you. This is because the doors that remained closed led you to think your purpose was not going to be realized. It just so happens none of it is the case. Not even a single word of it. Silence was not the cause. It was construction. I was in your life, making something somewhere, because you were so great with using it, and it had to be a location where you cannot see this thing, and let alone interrupt the full course of your own hands. So, it's like this, my dear child. For a great building, the hard clay of the ground must be dug away, and all the while, that excavation looks nothing like reclamation. It looks like a loss. It looks like anarchy and mess, and something that isn't familiar. But the architect has nothing to scratch his head about. The guide knows that depth defines height, and I have been digging deep in you, not to destroy you, but that what I am building on your life may be built on a foundation, when it will not sink under the weight of the glory I am going to set upon it. There were conversations about you which you should not have overheard, not because they were bad, but so that if you heard too soon, you would have tried to manipulate the outcome. You would have come on. You would have joined together those bonds which had to thrive. I had you concealed intentionally. I purposefully left you sitting there still. The chrysalis is not a coffin. It's dark and tight and uncomfortable. It is becoming. I'll tell you something about these closed doors, that if you'll let it, set you free. Some of the blessings you pleaded with me for would have had you sitting next to people who would manipulate, suck your life away, only to dispose of you when they glazed over and realized it wasn't working anymore. Some of the relationships you cried about would have burned out the very calling I placed inside you before your birth. A few of the posts you craved would have provided you a platform before you had the weight to support it, and they would have smothered you under the premature elevation. I did not close those doors cruelly. I was kind. I was ruthlessly, relentlessly kind. But my child, I must speak also honestly to you, for I love you too much to provide you only comfort. I must also correct you. You have lingered too long at doors I have long since closed, pushing your face up to the glass, wishing for a crack of an opening. Stop. Turn around. When I close a door, it's not closed halfway. I don't shut it temporarily to see if you'll fight hard enough to push through. When I close it, it closes. And it is not your job to pull it open. Your job is to trust me and keep moving. I have watched you attempt to create things, and it wasn't your fit. I have watched your text go on and send messages not meant for your inbox. Search approval that was never in your direction offered to you. Make moves upon land I had never sanctioned. Not that you are stupid, you're just scared. Afraid that when you finally released your grip, there would be none remaining. Scared that I could only get this much. Fearing that the closing of this door is your last chance to escape. My child, you have a God who showers rivers in dry wasteland and paths on the sea. Did you think I had just one door to you? I have doors you don't even know exist. I have rooms you wouldn't believe were still there. But every time you allow these things to mesmerize, you relinquish hope. However, I have already staked shut behind you, so I need you to stop killing your story. I have never said the things you're saying about yourself, your future, even your worth. You have conspired yourself against voices which were never my own. It wasn't me when doubt said, "You will not make it through this." When fear whispers, "You are the only one left behind," that did not include God's voice. When shame is summoned, you are too broken. It's too late. You are disqualified. That was nothing but a lie told with complete confidence, and perhaps if you were tired of hearing solutions, would have believed that I can understand the fatigue, but bent does not mean broken. Broken is different from finished. Listen to me now, for I will tell thee of thyself. You are not behind time. You are not outdated or tardy, nor are you neglected. You are not forbidden, not unworthy. Are you aware that you are in a different land? It's not always progress, but little by little it is. Do you realize, my child, how much you have grown? Have you checked yourself out lately? Because I have. I remember the kind of splintering you that would crack and break at the first whiff of disappointment. I remember when your faith was faint and your soul corralled by what men in authority spoke about you, rather than the words spoken by God. And look at you now. You didn't give up. Oh, you wanted to. There were days you almost did. But because of and within you. No. Halted although parked in front of the church. Same way it seems the wee home my father unfinished, and the tree on top of mountains. Sit under and moth a dream you, smoking out your roots, and that something I am is me. Not because you were perfect, not for your perfect performance, because you persevered, that you hung in there, when other people would have long ago given up on me. That kind of quiet, stubborn loyalty is worth more to me than you will ever know this side of eternity. The pressure you lived under did not break you. It simply shaped you. Just as fire does to gold, it left behind that which was never intended to remain, and unveiled a precious treasure, long buried within. It is a loss that the person who stood before that closed door, months or years ago, is not you. And it is no loss at all. In fact, it's exactly why I shut the door. I wasn't just blocking out the old, I was making whoever happened to be facing it. Because the one sobbing at the current door needed not yet be suitable for what awaited beyond those proper ones. Listen closely. The following unfolds without effort. Without pressure, it arrives on its own, not shaped by tricks or tactics. No pleading needed, nor acting, nor faking what isn't there. A quiet calm is what meets you now. Peace, solid and clear-minded, is on its way. Doors meant for you swing wide, remaining that way not by force, but by design. Those who belong in your path arrive without pursuit, drawn there not by effort, yet placed by intent. It arrives not before its time. When that moment comes, each shut door becomes a clue. Not refusal, but setup. What seemed like a delay was alignment. Understanding dawns backward. My silence wasn't denial. It shaped pace. Trust wasn't punished. Reverse, only timed. Always on time, though it might not seem so. You likely believe the dates you expect were ones I promised. Yet my schedule isn't delayed, just exact. What feels overdue is simply measured differently. Something given in due time carries greater weight than any effort made too soon. Hold this truth close, even carve it into the corners of your thoughts. Arrival happens according to a rhythm, not marked by clocks. What appears delayed is often arriving exactly as needed. Here stands the request I place before you now, dear one. Consider it an invitation to respond more fully, not with greater volume, but with greater depth. One that moves forward without needing every path revealed ahead. This kind of agreement lets go of tight planning, instead allowing space for release. Complete clarity is not required on your part. I ask that you place confidence in the one who acts. With me, speak these words now. If possible, voice them clearly. Declare it like word. My trust is in you. Let go of what lies beyond your grasp. Accept this. Your closure brought kindness. What opens ahead carries wonder. Here stands strength, not frailty, my child. Within such release lives the deepest act of courage known to people. From it, the skies shift. From this point forward, see things anew, altered by what is spoken here. Carried within each space you enter, each choice made, each dawn met in silence. Let this awareness remain. Not once did presence fade from the lines of your life. It shaped them. Where paths seemed blocked, there was no defeat written. Instead, those moments pulled you from harm. The quiet did not mean absence. Behind it stood effort, deliberate, unhurried minus. Because some tasks demand patience more than speed. Revelation waited until readiness arrived. You are not behind. You are right where I need you to be. You are not forgotten. My lips have never uttered your name except this once. You are not disqualified. You are being prepared for something that will make every tear fall into place. I am finishing the work I have begun with you, and I will not abandon my work ever. Peace. I utter that over your mind right now. Peace amidst the questions that swirl like cyclones. Peace instead of the comparisons that rob you of your joy. Peace about the future you can't yet see. I have run ahead of you, and what I put in your way is good. Walk forward, one step at a time, hand in mine, eyes on me. Before you leave, my child, I wish you'd remember this. Do something different with your life. It was for someone else, too. Someone who is now sitting on the very space you occupied, carrying what you carried, wondering if I care anymore. Share this with them. Send it to 5 people today. The heart that is breaking right now, you don't know whose it is, but I do. And those hands may be my vessel of delivering it to them. Press like what you have just heard me say today. Leave a comment below. Write "It was mercy," and make that your stake in the ground, your moment of all ship with what I have been saying. Subscribe and cling close to this well, so you may drink when your spirit thirsts. And when it is by my spirit that you are led to sow a seed in the spreading of these words, do so joyfully and with a grateful heart. For surely I am not unmindful of your acts of charity, and will return what you give in faith, multiplied and kind, because no offering is too small when offered in love. Now go, my beloved child. Go knowing you are seen. Go knowing you are loved. You leave with knowledge that what I closed the door on behind you was safety, and what's been laid bare before you is purpose. I will finish what I started. I always do. And you are only at the beginning of it all, dear. You are just beginning.